Welcome and good evening, wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8 and this is Let's Play Earth Defense Force 4, Part 3. OBS chat's working just fine. I think.
Select the number of players. Select a mission.
We've lost communication with Wing Diver Team. Head to the last location and support them as needed.
Select a difficulty. At higher difficulties, deploying.
This is Scout 2. We've arrived at the rescue point. There's a web strung up between the buildings. The thread! The citizens are being caught! What is happening? Huh. We found wing divers! How could this happen?
Away with this giant insect! This is Wing Diver!
Why are you bleeding? Nope. How is the tank on a building? Why is it tilting, by the way? How is the building supporting the tank? Why do you have a fucking megaphone built into your backpack?
Wing divers, what happened? Report the situation.
Wing Diver, I'm captured by the enemy! They set a trap to catch us. I can't move at all. Let's go. Help! Help me!
Trying.
Hurry!
I'm helping with fire. Helps, right?
Storm team, rescue
Spear.
the wing divers.
It got.
Yes, sir! I can't move! I can't move! Let me go! Wing Diver! Set out with the maximum and escape! Come on, the rescue unit! Don't waste bullets! I can't fly! Yes, sir! Trap!
Can I not shoot you through the web?
We'll all be killed! Damn it!
You know what? 0 out of 10 for realism. I should be able to shoot a spider with a rocket launcher through a web. You do realize the tensile strength of the spider web when it's small, right? I don't want to fucking hear that! Give me a stronger rocket launcher then.
Wing divers. There's no way we could have predicted this.
We literally...
Wing Diver! Rescue!
I still say EDF 3, 2017, the one from 360, is a better game. Particularly because something I discovered about how they... Like, honestly, the spiders and everything looks better in EDF. Like, this is EDF 4.1. I will switch to a fucking machine gun, you son of a
Does
bitch.
it mean they knew what we were doing?
Give us instructions! It was an ambush by the giant insects!
Would spiders even make that noise? Wait, it's not the jump button.
Wing divers, what happened?
I don't know. I prefer the spider design in EDF 3.
Damn it.
Because like I said, I never played EDF 4 or 5. I attempted 5 first, but just wouldn't work.
Wing divers in order to eliminate the giant insects. But the Ravager technology has evolved beyond that.
But yeah, the spider designs in EDF 3 I think were better looking. And that was for the Xbox 360, and that was like... It was EDF 2017, and that came out, what? Like 2010 or something? I don't know. That's a miss. But my biggest complaint is how they changed the damn... Also, do you know how, like... Anybody watching this, go watch a Let's Play of EDF 2017. It's EDF 3. It was the previous version of this game. The spiders looked better, the world looked better, the missiles worked better, And the spiders didn't just chill in a fucking spider web up there. No! They hopped like a bunch of pogo jumping motherfuckers, hell-bent on domination. You'd look out at a field and you'd see thousands of them. Just hop, 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 hop. Yes, I understand. That's more how an army of bunnies would attack. But you know what? It was cooler than it just staying up there in a web. So I prefer the attack of the fuzzy bunnies. You know, they didn't look like bunnies. They look like tarantulas. In the EDF3. This, I think it's a yellow orb spider is what they look like now. Wait, can I jump into this? Whee! I can! Ah, it hurts! Why would I make this decision? Ow! I broke my fall with my face! Ow! This looks weird, man.
Does this mean that the progress of the giant insects exceeds human wisdom? Progress faster than science is impossible, but...
Huh. That was a short mission. But yeah, I preferred it when it was just a giant field of hundreds of tarantulas bunny hopping!
Select a mission. Select a difficulty. Trying higher difficulties can deploying.
But yeah. In EDF 3, the spiders look like tarantulas, and they threw their webs at you like they were nets. And they were like a field of hundreds of them, and they hopped at you like they were bunnies. Now I'm just imagining like big titty bunny, you know, anime waifus with embrace the jiggle physics.
Storm team, rescue the wind divers.
Fuck your house!
We're gonna fire! Sure!
Yeah, I think EDF 3 was a better game. In EDF 5, I don't know, because I couldn't get it to fucking work. But honestly, EDF 3 I think was better.
There's still more!
My biggest complaint is the missile launchers. In EDF 3 there was a missile launcher and I could literally just stand here and hold fire and just stand here and the homing missile would just lock onto everything. And I didn't have to I could just run around. I could also set up a co-op so that even if I don't have a fucking friend or something, which I'll say this, I did play EDF 2017 with a person who was really into fucking Halo. Actual fucking Master Chief. He worshipped Dave Thomas from Wendy's as a god. No, I mean literally he had like a 12-foot long wooden plaque of Dave Thomas on his bedroom wall. He had like Halo parties with like 50 people over. Anyway, so me and Master Chief would play this game, play 2017. There were literally times that me, him, the other guys would just go and get a pizza or something and pick a level that wasn't that hard but had a lot of enemies and just put a rubber band over the trigger for the missile launcher so that it would just kill everything. We get back, everything's almost dead. Go around and collect all the supplies. Yes, level of grinding at its finest. Like here's the thing, right now I can't get a clear shot on the bugs. But if I had a missile launcher, I could just be holding it right now and they could be dying as I walk toward them. Instead, I have to get moderate range and I have to at least aim at them, and also, if my teammates are in front of me, I can't just shoot through them. Why can't I just shoot through my teammates? They're fine with it, right? It's like Dungeons and Dragons. It's like, what's your short-term goal in Dungeons and Dragons? Well, my short-term goal is to push one of my teammates down the stairs. What's your long-term goal in Dungeons and Dragons? Could you stop with the fucking Spaceballs laser, man? This is just annoying. How are you doing that through the bridge? You know, this is kind of a fun ride. And it's not doing that much damage, so I'm just going to enjoy it. It's like a ride at the fair. Yay! I get to fly. How much is the fall damage worth here? Hi. Oh. Oh, no fall damage. Good. Good. What's a long-term goal? Push all your teammates down the stairs. Did she say she can't get it up? Are you alive? By your inability to fight gravity, I'm gonna go with no. It's kind of like their Dungeons and Dragons jokes that were used by the Least I Can Do in Looking for Group and 8-Bit Theater. Like, they're pretty popular Dungeons and Dragons jokes. Like, you all saw that orphanage attacked me first. Or you stand before a judge and he's like, well, you stabbed this person 43 times in the spine. I mean, 43 times. Like, yeah, would have been 68, but the knife broke off from your spine. What's another one? Oh yeah, someone made a barbarian, Grog the Barbarian, I think. And what it was is that he was a barbarian, but they put all their points into intimidate. But they played him like a stealth character. So Grog would just like walk past people screaming, "You no can see Grog!" And then the guards would just be pissing themselves, and they'd be like, "I no can see Grog! I no can see Grog!" Did you guys stack these for me? Okay, thank you. That helps. It's nice that my bullets have like infinite range. That's the thing though, in EDF 3 the guns had less range, but the missile launchers were much more ergonomic. Like I could just be like, oh, I don't have a clear shot. I'll just hold the missile launcher and aim here away from building, and just start doing damage as I'm running toward you until I'm close enough. Though what was really good was like the super powerful sniper rifles. Especially when you have the Independence Day style UFOs showing up, they'd open up their little middle belly button things and you'd shoot them there. And or a vagina. It's a vagina. What do you call it on a UFO when they open up the bottom of the ship? You call it a vagina, right? Right? What's the proper terminology?
Yes, sir.
I don't know.
EDF!
Select a mission. Select a deploying.
I'm gonna sit up for a moment because I'm trying to remember. There was something I was gonna say. I was like, oh, and then I got distracted by talking about flying UFO vaginas. I don't know.
Entrance is supposed to be in this mall.
I apparently I can't stop thinking about ways to make this game into a fucking weeb style game. Then again, I am a bit of a weeb, so a bit. That's an understatement. I'm just saying, I like the because this is like yellow orb spiders, and they just shoot like webs at me with the power of Spaceballs' ludicrous speed with the tie-dye bullshit. I much prefer the spiders in EDF3 2017 for the Xbox 360. Because the cool thing about that is they look like tarantulas, and I like the design better. It was also a little bit more menacing, but it looked a little cooler. And they just like there was armies of hundreds of them, and they hopped at you like bunnies. And it was a lot cooler. Just armies of hundreds of bunny hopping tarantulas.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, like I remember in the other game you had like the Dreadnought ships, and you had the UFO vagina ships, and you also had giant robots from like the BFG movie, like Iron Giant and stuff. You also had, what else was there?
Let's go. Yes, sir.
Let's see. You also had like little floating Lego Man ships, like from Mega Man Legends. You know the Surfbots, like the Trons, the Bonds, the Cons, and the Lons. You know, Mega Man Legends, Mega Man 64. You know, the little Lego people that would help the bad guys. Anyway. Another enemy they had is they had Godzilla in this game, but then the aliens, called the Ravagers, decided that... By the way, what kind of fucking great idea is that to take over a fucking alien world? Basically, there's a group of aliens that come to Earth. They decide they want to conquer the Earth because they want to live there and they want the resources. So their plan to conquer Earth is to cause Earth to be populated by basically, they come to Earth and they decide they want to live there because it's got all these resources. So they infest the Earth with giant insects. So now there's like giant ants and giant spiders. Which I'll say this, that's like moving to like it's like if you found a really rich person and they had a mansion and you're like, oh, I want to live here. So you decide to unleash like flying piranhas. Okay, use an example that exists. Fine. I'm just saying, it'd be like if you find a really cool wooden mansion. You're like, whoa, this is a great place. You know, I'm pretty sure most buildings are made of wood. Shut up. I'm just saying, if you infested it with fucking like, I don't know, termites, bedbugs, and black widows, fire ants, and
It's impossible to destroy them. We don't do it now, man.
rats.
Even though we drove out the Ravagers, it doesn't look like we won.
I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna try to, like, oh, we want to conquer, I understand this would, like, probably kill a lot of people. And by kill a lot of people, I mean, honestly, it was like the Jurassic Park movies. If dinosaurs still existed, we as human race would basically be fucked. But more to the point being,
Don't be stupid and get hurt.
It survived after all that. We just have
I'm just saying, if, like, bugs were bigger, if dinosaurs were still around,
So who the hell said that the giant insects are endangered?
I'm gonna be
Compared to this,
and it's kind of like there was more animals in the past. I mean, heck,
Ravagers
a lot of the places in the Middle
might
East
just be
were like
waiting for
swarming with
humans to be
lions back in the
destroyed by the
past.
giant
And you look
insects.
at ancient records, they're like,
impossible.
you know, there were more species of elephants, more species. Heck, we can see it in the past couple hundred years. But that's just happens over time.
Best haunted house ever.
I'm just saying this: unicorns probably actually did exist. I mean, wouldn't it make sense from a logical standpoint that if you could have an animal and then give it basically a sword on top of its head, it'd be more able to defend itself? I mean, and people say, "Oh, unicorns are like it's a horse that can stab people. It's a horse that can stab people at high speed." But yeah, EDF3 2017 I think was better. Just because one, I like the spider design better, but my biggest complaint is the missile launchers. Also, I felt that there was a lot more weapons. The weapons felt more satisfying. Particularly the missile launchers. Also, the explosions looked bigger. While it does seem like they're slightly more detailed in this game, it did feel like EDF 2017 it felt like the world was bigger.
This is Ranger 21. We're fighting a giant spider-like bug.
Even when you were underground like this, it felt bigger.
Threat! I can't move!
I don't
It's
know.
no use. They got stronger.
I'm like, where are you, man?
I'll win this. Let's survive it, no matter what. Check the right. Yes, sir. Let me at him.
Yay! Bunny hoppers!
Kill them all!
I still prefer the EDF 2017 design.
Support!
But at least, I guess it's an updated version. I mean, I would have been upset if they didn't change it at all. But yes!
Save me! I'm trapped in threat!
Ah, I'm trapped in a spider! No!
An insect is more than we could imagine.
Guys, maybe at some point I should try to return to the game Curved Space. It's a game that's like Binding of Isaac, except it's in outer space, with fourth-dimensional Tesseract Morbius strips. Mobius strip! Well, I watched the movie Morbius. It doesn't mean you should mispronounce Mobius. I'm just saying this. You change these into bunny girls, you're still shooting them. We're not shooting bullets then. We can be shooting hearts. I mean, take the Galgun games. It's a game where you're like a high school person or a college person or something shit, and you like shoot a gun with hearts and stuff. I don't know. I didn't make the game. I don't need to fucking defend it. I enjoyed Senran Kagura. It's like Dynasty Warriors, but with big titty anime girls.
What is this?
Then there's Peach v Splash. It's like Gears of War, but with big titty anime girls. What would the ants be?
What the hell did we prepare for?
I don't know.
What did I? There's no room for defeat. It's a fight we must win. But
Why is the narrator voiced from 1995's Mortal Kombat Raiden? Raiden.
is heading this way. We will blow the giant insect
Test
away.
your might. In Mortal Kombat! I don't know. Ow, that hurt my fucking ears, man.
Can't find my magazine.
Are you using my health pickups? And my power-ups as deployable cover? Anyway, like this is a terrible decision for how you want to conquer a planet, especially if you want to live there.
If I can.
It's like, oh, we want to live here on the Earth, so we're going to infest it with giant, violent animals that are super destructive.
For justice.
The other thing is this: they eventually deploy Godzillas. No, why? Ow. Anyway, they eventually deploy Godzilla in 2017, but then they decide that Godzilla isn't threatening enough. So then they rip off Godzilla's arms and give him a strap-on laser cannon. Like, they just tear his arms off, put metal plates on him, and then they put a giant-ass fucking gun on his back like a backpack. At that point, Godzilla, instead of going, roar, he should just be like, kill me! I mean, you already couldn't reach yourself already like a giant motherfucking T-Rex. Okay. Start mission. Eruption. Giant. Yep, these are the spiders I was talking about from 2017.
Select a difficult. Deploy.
Hey, does that mean if we're up above ground with them? Does that mean I get to see the bunny hops? Do we get to see the bunny hops? Did you know there's a VTuber, Bunny Man, who would be described as Bishonen? Who, it's a Kyo, I think his name's, it's Khyo. He does he talks about, he basically talks about whatever news stuff or whatever. I'm just saying he's a interesting person. Okay, you're not quite bunny hopping,
This giant insect shoots
but it works. I want a missile launcher. Because, you know what, I don't have a clear shot. I can't just shoot through my teammates. You know what I normally do this time? I would walk this way while holding up, and I would just be shooting missiles, guided homing missiles, through the air, and I'd be watching them from afar, because I'd be looking down as it lands. So while I'm running toward the enemy, I would just be watching the missiles rain down, and I'd be watching all the explosions and setting sentry guns around and shooting rockets, and the shotguns would be so much more powerful than they are in this game.
Circle the sky and stand by. Air Raider will indicate attack target.
What do you guys think if the NetherRealm Studios, the people that make the Mortal Kombat games, made a Dragon Ball Z game? Imagine Yamcha using Wolfang Fist, but as a Mortal Kombat type finisher.
Bombardment from the air is possible. Leave the target to Air Raider. This is Webb. Currently circling designated area. Ground forces, don't worry. You have a
What do you mean this is not how you play the floor hockey shit, man? See? Goal!
attack run. Whale is a flying fortress. Vulcan gun, rockets, and 120mm gun on ready. Requesting target indication.
Advance march. Understood. Yes, sir. Noticed us.
Confirmed transport helicopter.
While you guys running that way,
It looks like the
Enemy's over here.
transport unit Porters has arrived.
It's here?
Just how it is. Leave it to me.
This is Porters. Transporting state-of-the-art vehicle. Will drop in combat area upon request.
state of the art.
Okay. Porters, stand by in the air. Wait for support request.
Roger.
This is headquarters. Transport unit Porters arrived on the scene. Ready to drop vehicle upon request.
Don't come this way! Don't come this way! Artillery unit has arrived.
Roger. Executing support mission. Self-propelled howitzer and rocket launcher preparations complete. Air Raider will indicate attack target.
Well, they probably did dial down explosions that were in the previous game. Because even on an Xbox 360, EF3 did start lagging the fucking console with enough explosions. But then again, if you're not lagging your console, are you really using enough explosions? By the way, I remember watching Curious a few days ago. Markiplier released his In Space thing, and I spent it, like, I went through and watched like every possible scenario. Mark, that was hilarious, man. But yeah, the reason it made me think of that is like that scene where he's like, yes, I have yet to come across the problem that can't be solved with enough explosions, with enough explosives. Yeah. There's no amount of money you can pay me to make me do this. You know? How much, what would it take for you guys to be willing to do this? To actually physically run around and you go outside. Oh, and kill giant spiders. You know, in this situation where I can't find anything to really readily shoot, while looking, I could be holding down the missile launcher. Looks like there's quite a few green blocks. Are you guys okay? Why are you making that noise? That's really far. Yeah, that's a reasonable. What are you doing? Oh, they're following. Okay. Good job.
Yes, sir. That's an idea. I want to.
I want a hoverboard. This is taking too long. I walk too slow.
We live on buying you dinner. Let's survive it, no matter what. We'll show you how strong.
Are you guys making Evangelion references back there? Okay, I'm good with it. I'm just saying. Well, I mean, this game would have came out. Okay, it makes sense. It makes sense they would program that in. See, I don't really have a clear shot. I would prefer to just be shooting homing missiles right now and watching the explosions rain down as I get closer. And then once I'm closer to the army, I wouldn't be using a machine gun. I'd be using a super strong shotgun or a flamethrower. And like right here, I'm running to get supplies, but I can't be actively shooting people while getting supplies. You know what would help with that? Having a missile launcher that worked properly. I could just be holding down the missile launcher button, and then as I'm running, I just see the missiles launch up there and fly backwards, which means I could be killing people while I collect things. It's called multitasking.
Let's do it. No problem. I'll run advice.
That name looks familiar.
Choose loadout. Rangers can equip 2 weapons.
Okay, you better work the way I remember them to work. Was gonna call it quits, but I remember this. This is the gun I was talking about because I got the stupid tortoise thing.
Choose loadout.
Which honestly, in
Rangers can equip 2
EDF3, not only did it lock on better, but guess what? It was a much more satisfying explosion to watch. Fine, we'll try
Choose
the.
loadout. Rangers can equip 2 weapons. Select a mission.
Giant insects have shown up in the residential area. EDF soldiers are already engaged in the battle. Please head out to the scheme.
Select a difficulty. Deploying.
You have fucking Thor's hammer back there, man? Ugh. But this better not work the way the damn air tortoise was working in a previous mission. Because that is disappointing as shit.
Strategic Command HQ to Storm Team. There is a team in battle.
Okay, let's see this. Shoot. Okay, it's not as satisfying as I would like. Also, does that mean I can't shoot this way? Yep, they did! Fucking assholes! Like, you didn't have to lock on to shit for the homing missile. Like with this, oh, I have to actually aim. I have to actually aim and have a clear shot. Then what's the point of homing if I have to aim? I should be able to just run this way, hold the fire button, and have the rocket launchers just pour out of there at top speed and go fucking 180 degrees backwards behind me, auto hit my enemies, as I go over here playing tic-tac-toe, picking shit up. Fucking assholes.
I'll shoot you. That's one.
Make me have to actually aim my missile launcher. I don't want to aim it. I want to just be able to hold it and walk backwards and fucking Michael Jackson moonwalk and just shoot it and have it just 180 degree turn and start blasting people with it. But no. And they're like, well, we saw people doing that. We didn't want them to do that anymore. That was the funnest part of the game! It's what made collecting this shit tolerable. Because here's the thing. You want to min-max this shit, okay? You want to be like, I want to keep doing as much damage as possible, but I also want to pick up equipment and power-ups. It's what makes the level grinding aspect of the fucking game tolerable. Now, when I go pick up collectibles, it's just going to feel like a waste of time because I could be killing things with explosions while I do it. But now I have to make a choice, one or the other. I want to do both on a fucking skateboard. I can't skateboard in real life, but it would be faster, it would look cooler. Instead, you make me do this. It's not firing. It's not firing. It's not doing anything. It's not doing anything. What do you mean it's realistic? I want a giant-ass fucking flamethrower like an EF 2017. Well, this is inconvenient. Good thing we're on easy. Why is your blood purple? Aw, come on, you broke the house, Spider. Come on, man. People have to live there. Guys, I got this. See, well, so how did everyone enjoy the view of my balls? And see, I don't have a clear shot here. So I would be like, oh, but no, I want to collect supplies.
Yes, sir! Goes well. The next battle is going to be violent too.
Make no mistake.
Hopefully it goes that way.
Yeah, that's a great to-do list, don't die. You know what that reminds me? I was driving and I went past a KFC and you know what they had on the fucking sign at KFC? Do you know what they had at the sign at KFC? We have fried chicken. That was literally advertised. You know those things where they like put the letters up and they write out words and advertisements? They have the power to write anything. Literally, they wrote on the sign at KFC, "We have fried chicken." Then again, I feel like Master Chief would just be Dave Thomas underneath the fucking helmet. Then again, it's kind of like the Wendy's mascot. I would say, I would imagine that she would be a Futanari. Then again, Arby's, if Arby's had like a waifu to represent the restaurant, it would probably also be, because I mean their slogan is "We have the meats," right? Also, who the fuck cleans up all these spiders? I understand it's the story isn't the main focus here, and I understand realism isn't supposed to be the big thing, you know, with a game where we're using rocket launchers for self-defense against giant spiders. But at least I can home in on things from the other side of a building. But it's just, I don't want to have to aim! I want to walk this way and pick things up and just hold this and have the missile just go up in the air, pull a 180, and I can just see the outlines of explosions. What's best about that is, say, when the enemy starts catching up to you and they're like, you can start seeing pits of them behind you, and you just start watching their exploding guts rain over your head as you're running around just casually picking shit up like you're doing your grocery shopping. I'm just saying, maybe I have different expectations for when I play this game. I'll shoot you dead. Oh no, he was killed dead with a lethal shot that proved to be fatal. No!
Yes, sir! Bring it! I'll kill you! Let them run loose. Yes, sir!
Guys, you know, I feel like maybe we do better teamwork if we were just listening to Pantera while we were killing these giant. Now I have to go this way. Guys, why are you grunting so much? Are we this out of shape? That running and jogging, I mean, we are carrying shit. And we are jogging pretty fucking fast. Sonic! I watched the Sonic movie recently. The Sonic 2 movie. I enjoyed it. It's a good movie.
They're coming. Okay!
Yeah, I would definitely say EDF 2017 was a much better game. Just because I could just walk the other way, not even looking at the enemy, and just be shooting them with homing missiles while I pick things up. But no, I have to actually look at things when I kill them. Oh, great. I want to multitask. What if I wanted to play Jenga while you fuckers die? That's a fucking Uno reverse for ya. You know what was a good strategy? Is on the higher difficulties of EDF 2017. What you would do is you would just use the missile launcher as you run to your... Like if you already beat a level, like say the levels that had the giant spider nests that would have shit tons of spiders come out, and they acted as spawners. So you had to destroy the spider nests, or else you'd fight an endless wave of enemies that would never, ever, 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 ever stop. So what you do is you would either hold the missile launcher while you run toward it, or you would find like one of the motorcycles, and you would drive toward it as fast as possible until you got to your vantage point, and then you would just use your strongest fucking sniper rifle to just take out the spider mounds first. You would decide, like, prioritize. You would prioritize which insects were the greatest threat to you. Where were their sources? You would find the quickest route to get to them. To find the spawners, you would sniper rifle with the strongest sniper rifle you could find, destroy the nest, and then lay down suppressing fire while you do it. And then you would go around and mop everything up. You would kill everything in the most fucking efficient way possible while everything is on fire! What'd I get?
Choose loadout. Rangers can equip 2 weapons.
Stupid. Anyway, hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. And honestly, like I said, I couldn't get EDF 5 to work for this. EDF 4 works, but it's just like, EDF 3 was better. But honestly, if EDF 3 was available on Steam, I would buy EDF 3. EDF Earth Defense Force 2017. I would buy that for Steam. But no, they only have 4 and 5. I would buy 3, because 3 was actually a better game. Anyway, hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.